In the quiet of your heart, when you still the noise of the world, something profound happens. It is in this silence, in the sacred pause, that the deepest truths emerge. This is not a silence of emptiness, but a silence of fullness, a silence brimming with all the wisdom, all the love, and all the understanding you have been seeking. The paradox is simple, yet it eludes most of us. What you seek is already within you. It has always been there, waiting for you to notice, to stop searching outward, and to listen inward. You have been conditioned to chase after life, to strive, to perform, to accumulate, and to become. You have been taught that you must reach for the future, that you must make your life something grand. But all of this striving is merely the ego's loud voice. It is the voice that says you are not enough. It is the voice that tells you to become more, to prove more, to grasp more. But this is a lie. The truth is far simpler. You already are enough. The peace you seek, the love you long for, the purpose you desire, they are not things to be found or attained. They are things to be remembered. In the stillness of your being, when the mind ceases its chatter, when the rush of life slows down, you will come to realize that everything you have been searching for has been here all along. The noise, the distractions, the endless doing, these are the things that obscure the truth. When you are still, when you stop the chase, you are able to touch what is already within you, waiting patiently for your awareness. It is a simple, quiet realization, yet it carries the power to transform everything. The journey is not about becoming something you are not. It is about returning to who you already are. You are not a mistake. You are not a problem to be solved. You are the light of the universe, an expression of divine love, the same divine love that created the stars, the oceans, and the very breath you take. You are not separate from it. You are it. The sacred presence that moves through all things, that sustains life and holds the cosmos together, is the same presence that beats in your heart and breathes through your lungs. You may have forgotten this truth, as we all do, but now is the time to remember. The search is not about seeking something new. It is about remembering the eternal truth that you have always been whole, you have always been loved, always been enough. It is not the external world that needs to change. It is the inner world that must awaken. It is the shift in perception, the return to the sacred stillness that will bring everything into alignment. The ego will try to distract you, to convince you that you are incomplete, that you must change, that you must achieve, that you must become something more. But the soul knows the truth. The soul knows that you are already perfect, already whole, already divine. When you align with this truth, everything changes. The search for meaning becomes a search for remembering. The striving for love becomes a deep surrender to the love that is already within you. The pursuit of peace becomes a practice of simply being still and allowing peace to rise from within like the tide of an ocean returning to shore. And so in the silence you will receive. Not because you have earned it, not because you have done something to deserve it, but because the truth of who you are is now being revealed. It has always been there, waiting for your awareness to catch up. The light, the love, the peace, the wisdom, they are not far away, they are not hidden from you. They are within you, beneath the surface, waiting for you to sit in silence and simply listen. When you rest in the stillness, you will no longer be lost in the illusions of the world. You will no longer identify with the labels that the world has placed on you. You are not your job, not your title, not your possessions, not even your past. You are the stillness that holds it all. You are the awareness that observes the passing thoughts, the passing emotions, the passing experiences. And in this space of awareness, you are free. You are not bound by the story that the world tells you. You are free to simply be. And as you rest in this freedom, you will begin to experience life in a new way. You will see the world through the eyes of your true self, not the ego. The ego sees separation. The ego sees lack. The ego sees fear. But the true self, the divine essence within you, sees unity. It sees abundance. It sees love. It sees the truth that all is connected, that all is divine, that everything you seek is already within you. In this space of silence, you will also begin to heal the wounds of the past, the regrets, the guilt, the shame. These are not your true self. These are the remnants of the ego, the false identity that you have clung to. When you sit in stillness, you allow the healing to take place. You allow the illusions to fall away, and you return to the truth of your being. You remember that you are whole, that you are perfect, that you are loved, just as you are, you remember that the divine does not require you to be anything other than yourself. And so, as you sit in the silence, as you pause and listen, you will receive all that you have been searching for. You will receive peace. You will receive love. You will receive purpose, not because you have earned it, but because it is already yours. It has always been yours. The universe, the divine, is not outside of you, it is within you. And when you allow yourself to be still, to be present, to be open, you will realize this truth. You will remember who you are. And in that remembrance, everything will shift. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not incomplete. You are whole, as you are. The search for something more is only the search for yourself. And when you find yourself, you will find that you are already everything you have ever needed. You are the love you seek. You are the peace you crave. You are the wisdom you long for. And in the silence, you will receive it all. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become anything other than who you already are. Rest in the stillness. Trust in the divine presence that lives within you, and know in this moment that you are already whole, you are already enough. And in this silence, you will receive all that you have been searching for, because it has always been there within you, waiting for you to remember. In the silence, you receive, and in receiving, you awaken. You awaken to the truth of who you are. And that truth is love. It is peace. It is the divine essence that moves through you and through all things. And once you remember this, once you align with this truth, everything will fall into place. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through your unique form. And when you surrender to this truth, when you rest in the silence, you will feel the divine presence flow through you, guiding you, loving you, and reminding you that you are never alone. You are always connected. You are always enough. You are always whole. And so, in the silence, you receive. You receive the peace that surpasses all understanding. You receive the love that knows no boundaries. You receive the wisdom that guides you on your path. You receive the truth that you are already everything you have ever sought. And in this receiving, you are finally free. Free to be who you are, free to love without conditions, free to live without fear, free to simply be. And in this freedom, you will find that you have everything you have ever needed, because you are already complete. So rest now. Rest in the silence. Let the world fall away and simply be. You are enough. You always have been. And in this moment, in this silence, you remember what you seek is already within. And in this knowing, you are free. And in that silence, when the world fades away and all that remains is the stillness of your soul, you begin to understand the profound truth that life is not something to be conquered, it is something to be lived. Not through the endless striving to become, but through the quiet remembering of what you already are. You do not need to climb the mountain of success to find peace. You do not need to chase after the fleeting moments of pleasure or validation to feel whole. The mountain you seek to climb is already within you. The success you long for is already present in the very act of being. When you begin to rest in the silence, you begin to hear the whispers of your soul. These whispers are not loud, they are not demanding. They are gentle and subtle, like the breeze that dances through the leaves of a tree. They are the divine messages that guide you not through force but through flow. They do not call you to struggle, but to surrender. They invite you to let go of the need to control, to judge, and to rush. They beckon you to trust the process of life, to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when your mind cannot fully comprehend the path. You see, we often mistake the act of being for a passive state, something that requires no effort, something that simply happens while we wait for life to come to us. But this is not true stillness. True stillness is a powerful force, a force that aligns you with the rhythm of the universe, a force that moves through you when you stop forcing the world to bend to your will. The universe is not waiting for your command, it is waiting for your surrender. It is waiting for you to let go of the need to control and instead align with the flow of life. And in that alignment, everything you need will come to you effortlessly, not because you pursued it, but because you allowed it. In this space of surrender, you realize that you are not the one in control, but rather you are part of something much greater than yourself. You are the wave in the ocean, not the ocean itself. And yet, the wave is the ocean. It rises and falls in perfect harmony with the tide. It does not struggle to be something other than what it is, for it knows it is already part of the great whole, and so too are you. You are not separate from the universe. You are an expression of it. You are the very life force that breathes through all things. And when you let go of the illusion of separateness, when you stop fighting against the current, you will find yourself carried effortlessly to where you need to be. This is the great paradox of life. When you stop trying to control, you become more in control. When you stop chasing, you begin to attract. When you let go of the need to prove yourself, you become the very embodiment of what you seek. This is not a matter of effort, but of alignment. It is not about doing, but about being. It is not about becoming, but about remembering. When you return to the essence of who you are, when you recognize that you are already whole, already perfect, already enough, the world will begin to reflect that truth back to you in miraculous ways. So, let go of the stories you have told yourself about who you are and who you must become. Let go of the beliefs that have kept you trapped in a cycle of seeking and striving. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone, least of all to yourself. The truth of who you are is not defined by your achievements, your possessions, or your relationships. It is not defined by the roles you play, the titles you hold, or the labels you wear. You are not the person the world tells you to be. You are the soul that exists beneath all of that. You are the stillness, the presence, the awareness that witnesses everything. And in that recognition, you find your freedom. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, nor is it the ability to do whatever you want whenever you want. True freedom is the ability to be yourself fully and completely, without fear or shame, without the need to conform or fit into any mold. True freedom is the release of all the mental and emotional baggage that you have been carrying for years. It is the letting go of the need to be something or someone else. It is the return to the truth of who you are. In this freedom, you begin to live from a place of authenticity. You no longer need to seek approval or validation from others. You no longer need to chase after success or recognition. You no longer need to prove your worth, because you know that you are already worthy. You are already enough. And when you live from this place of inner truth, the world will begin to mirror that truth back to you. Your relationships will deepen. Your work will align with your soul's purpose. Your health will flourish, and your life will become a reflection of the peace and love that resides within you. So, I invite you now in this moment to pause, to take a deep breath, and return to the stillness within. Let go of the noise, let go of the expectations, let go of the pressure to become more, to do more, to prove more. Allow yourself to simply be. For in this being you will discover the infinite wisdom, love, and peace that reside within you. You will realize that you are not lost, not broken, and not incomplete. You are whole. You are already everything you need to be. And in this recognition, you will find the freedom to live your life in alignment with your true self. You are the light. You are the love. You are the peace. You are the truth. You are already whole. And in the silence, when you stop searching, you will receive the full realization of this truth. You will remember that you have never been separate from the divine. You will remember that you are the divine in expression. And in this remembrance, everything will fall into place. You will no longer need to seek what you already are. You will simply be. And that being will transform your life in ways you cannot even begin to imagine. So rest now in the silence. Let go of the striving. Let go of the search. You are enough. You always have been. And when you finally embrace this truth, you will receive everything you have ever longed for, because what you seek is already within. And in that knowing, you are free. And as you rest in this sacred silence, you begin to feel something ancient stir within you. It is the realization that you are not simply a fleeting moment in time. You are the eternal presence, timeless and infinite, ever flowing, ever expanding. And in this moment, as you touch that stillness, you know deeply and profoundly that there is no separation between you and the divine. There is no distance between you and the source of all creation. You have never been apart from the one who breathed life into the stars, into the rivers, into the soil beneath your feet. You are that breath. You are that life. You are that love. And this is where true liberation begins. It begins when you stop chasing after the illusions of the world, when you stop seeking outside yourself for something to fill you, something to validate you, something to prove your worth. The truth is, you were never broken to begin with. You were never lost. You were never incomplete. The world has told you that you need to be more, that you need to do more, that you need to achieve more, but these are the lies of the ego that is afraid of the stillness, that is afraid of the silence, the ego that thrives on busyness, on constant movement, on distraction. But when you enter into this stillness, when you stop and listen, you hear the voice of your soul. And that voice is not loud, it is not forceful. It does not demand or command. It simply speaks in the softest whisper, a reminder of who you truly are. And that reminder, dear soul, is the most powerful truth you will ever know. You are not here to prove yourself. You are not here to chase after validation. You are here to remember. You are here to rediscover your innate divinity, to remember that you are the light of the world, the love that heals, the peace that transcends. In the silence, you reconnect with that truth. You reconnect with the sacred essence that resides within you. And in this connection, you realize that you have never been separate from the divine. You were never less than. You were never unworthy. You were always worthy, always loved, always enough. And this truth is not just an idea to be understood. It is a deep embodied knowing that permeates every fiber of your being. It is the core of who you are. And when you rest in this truth, everything changes. The world no longer has the power to define you, to shape you, to tell you who you should be. Because you know deeply that you are not the story that the world has written for you. You are the author. You are the creator. You are the divine expression of all that is. When you step into this awareness, when you remember who you truly are, you begin to see the world through new eyes. The things that once seemed so important, the chasing, the striving, the endless doing, they begin to lose their grip on you. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth, to chase after success or recognition, because you know that you are already whole, already complete, already divine. You no longer need to seek love because you are love. You no longer need to search for peace because you are peace. You no longer need to pursue happiness because you are happiness. And in this knowing, everything shifts. Life becomes a dance of grace, a flow of divine expression. No longer a race to the finish line, but a beautiful unfolding, a return to the source, a journey back to the truth of who you are. You are not the body you inhabit, not the roles you play, not the thoughts that come and go. You are the awareness that sees all of it. You are the stillness behind the movement, the silence behind the sound. And when you embrace this truth, you begin to realize that everything is temporary, everything is transient, and yet you are the eternal observer, the eternal witness to it all. You are not bound by time or space. You are the timeless presence that moves through all things, that witnesses the rise and fall of the tides, the dance of the stars, the unfolding of every moment. And this realization, this return to your true self, brings with it a profound peace. A peace that is not dependent on circumstances, not dependent on external conditions. It is the peace that comes from knowing deeply and profoundly that you are already whole. You are already perfect as you are. And when you remember this truth, when you rest in this knowing, you realize that the external world is not something to be fixed or changed. It is a reflection of your inner world. When you align with your true self, when you align with the divine presence within, the world around you begins to mirror that truth. The chaos begins to calm. The confusion begins to clear. The fear begins to dissolve. And in its place, a quiet, steady confidence arises. A confidence that is not based on the ego, not based on achievements or accolades, but a confidence that comes from knowing that you are the divine in expression, that you are the source of all love, all peace, all joy. This confidence is not loud. It does not demand attention. It does not seek validation. It simply is. And when you walk in this confidence, you walk as the light of the world. You walk as the embodiment of divine love. You walk as the presence of peace. And in this walk, you become a living example of what it means to be fully aligned with your true self. You no longer need to chase after approval or recognition. You no longer need to seek validation or success. You simply allow your light to shine effortlessly, gracefully, without resistance. You are not here to be seen or admired. You are here to be. You are here to express the divine essence that resides within you. And as you express this essence, as you allow yourself to be fully, authentically, and unapologetically you, you begin to see that the world begins to mirror that authenticity. The relationships you have become deeper, more meaningful. The work you do becomes more aligned with your soul's purpose. The joy you experience becomes more profound, more lasting. And all of this flows effortlessly from the space of being, from the space of remembering who you truly are. You are not here to chase after happiness. You are here to embody it. You are not here to search for peace. You are here to live it. You are not here to become something more. You are here to remember that you already are everything you seek. And in this remembering, you come home to yourself. You return to the truth of who you are. You return to the love that you are. You return to the peace that you are. You return to the light that you are. And in this return, you experience a freedom that transcends all understanding, a freedom that comes not from doing, but from being, a freedom that comes from the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in this freedom, you begin to understand that life is not something to be controlled or forced. It is something to be embraced, something to be lived, something to be experienced in its full depth and beauty. It is not about becoming, but about being. It is not about achieving, but about remembering. It is not about searching, but about receiving. You are not here to chase after life. You are here to let life chase after you. You are here to align with the divine flow, to surrender to the wisdom of your soul, and to allow yourself to be fully expressed in this world. And when you do, everything will fall into place. So, dear soul, rest in the knowing that you are enough. You are already everything you seek. You are already whole. And as you sit in the silence, as you allow yourself to be, you will receive the full realization of this truth. It is not something you have to work for. It is something you simply need to remember. And when you remember, everything changes. You change. The world changes. And in that change, you find the peace, the love, and the freedom that you have always longed for. In the silence, you will receive. You will receive the full realization of who you truly are. You will remember that you are not the body, not the ego, not the story. You are the divine expression of all that is. And when you embrace this truth, when you live from this truth, you will know what it means to live a life of true freedom, to live a life of love, to live a life of peace. You will know in every fiber of your being that you are already whole, already enough, already divine. And so, let go. Let go of the search. Let go of the striving. Let go of the need to become something else. And simply be the divine expression that you are. For in that being, you will receive all that you have ever sought, because what you seek is already within you. And in this knowing, you are free. And as you surrender gently to the quiet rhythm of your own breath, you begin to understand that there is nothing more to do. There's nothing to chase, nothing to fix, nothing to strive for. You are already here, already whole, already complete as you are. The world may call you to perform, to prove, to achieve, but the soul knows the truth. You were never meant to perform. You were never meant to earn your worth. Your worth is intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of your being, given freely by the divine from the moment you were born. And so, in the stillness, you find everything, not because you have searched and found it, but because you have simply stopped running. You have stopped seeking outside of yourself for something that can only be found within. In the quiet of your heart, you begin to hear the gentle, eternal truth that has been waiting for you all along. You are enough. You have always been enough. There is nothing to prove. There is nothing to earn. You are whole. And in this wholeness, you are free. This freedom is not born of escape. It is not born of detachment from the world. It is born from the simple, profound realization that you are not separate from the world. You are not separate from the divine flow that moves through all things. You are the current of life itself, the pulse of existence, the breath of creation. There is no need to escape it, no need to resist it. You are it. And when you accept this truth, when you rest in this truth, you find peace. Not the fleeting peace that the world offers, but the eternal peace that can never be shaken, the peace that comes from knowing who you truly are. This is the peace that arises when you stop pretending to be someone you are not. This is the peace that emerges when you let go of the need to be anything other than yourself. In this stillness, in this presence, you allow the light of your true nature to shine through. You are not the shadows of the past, not the worries of the future, not the fears or the judgments of the world. You are the light itself, timeless and unchanging, present in every moment. When you embrace this light, when you embrace the truth of your being, you step into the fullness of life. Not as a seeker, not as someone trying to find their way, but as one who remembers that the way has always been within. You are not a wanderer, lost in a world of distractions. You are a soul, rooted in divine truth, living in harmony with the sacred pulse of the universe. And from this space of alignment, you begin to see the world not as something to conquer, but as something to experience, to flow with. You no longer chase after happiness, Because happiness is no longer something to be attained, it is something to be remembered. You no longer pursue love, because love is no longer something outside of you to be found. It is the very essence of your being, already present, already whole. You are the embodiment of love, the expression of peace, the vessel of joy. And so, as you rest in this knowing and this remembering, you realize that there is no need to hurry. There is no need to push. There is no need to strive. Life is not a race. It is a river that flows gently, effortlessly towards the vast ocean of truth. And you are not swimming against it. You are the river itself. You are the current. You are the flow. And when you allow yourself to simply be, you become one with the flow, one with the universe, one with the divine. The struggles of the past are not yours to carry anymore. The pain, the grief, the loss, they are not you. They are simply experiences that have passed through you, like clouds drifting across the sky. You are not the cloud, you are the sky. And the sky is vast, limitless, and unchanging. You are the witness to it all, the awareness that holds every thought, every emotion, every experience, and yet remains untouched by them. And when you understand this, truly understand this, you let go of the need to control. You let go of the need to define. You stop clinging to the stories, to the identities, to the roles you have played. And in that letting go, in that surrender, you become free. Free to live without the weight of expectation, free to love without condition, free to simply be. And in this freedom, you find peace. The peace you seek is not in some future moment. It is not in some far-off destination. It is here in this moment. It has always been here, beneath the surface of the noise, beneath the surface of the mind, beneath the surface of the world. It is in the quiet space between your thoughts, in the stillness that exists between your breaths. It is the eternal presence that is always with you, always supporting you, always guiding you, even when you cannot see it. And when you rest in this peace, you discover something remarkable. You discover that you do not need to seek. You do not need to search for answers or chase after dreams. You are the answer. You are the dream. You are the truth you have been seeking. You are already home. You have always been home. And so you rest now, knowing that everything you have ever longed for is already within you. You have always been enough. You have always been loved. You have always been whole. And in this moment, as you surrender to the silence, as you surrender to the stillness, you are free. You are free to simply be, to simply love, to simply live. And in this being, in this loving, in this living, you find the deepest peace. You find the most profound joy. You find the divine truth that you are not here to prove anything, but simply to remember, simply to be the expression of the divine light that resides within you. So let go. Let go of the need to seek, the need to chase, the need to become. Let go of the illusion that you are separate from the divine. And in that letting go, you will receive. You will receive the realization that you are already whole, already perfect, already divine. And in that realization, everything will shift. Life will no longer be a struggle. It will be a beautiful, effortless flow. You are not here to chase after something more. You are here to remember that you are already everything you seek. And in this remembrance, you are free. You are enough. You always have been. And in the silence, you receive. We live in a world consumed by the need to control, to understand, to predict. Our minds race forward, attempting to piece together a map, to set up a plan, to hold on to a semblance of certainty in the shifting sands of existence. Yet, there is something deeper, something more profound, whispering to us in the quietest of moments. Something that asks us to trust the mystery of this life, to stop searching for answers and to simply allow life to unfold in its own divine timing. In this very moment, as you breathe, as you walk through your day, life is unfolding perfectly. But you might ask, if this is so, why do I feel the weight of uncertainty? Why does it feel as though everything is so fragile, so unpredictable? The answer is simple yet profound. Because you have forgotten the sacred dance that you and the universe are engaged in. You are not meant to have it all figured out. The universe doesn't demand that you have a blueprint of how everything will unfold. It simply asks that you trust. Trust that the currents are carrying you toward exactly what you need, even when you can't yet see the shore. The mind, with its endless chatter, convinces you that you must grasp, chase, and push against the natural flow of things. It tells you that only through effort, struggle, and control can you secure your place in this world. But deep down there is a quieter voice, the voice of your soul that speaks from a place of stillness. This voice doesn't try to control, it doesn't strive to attain, it simply knows that all is well, even when everything seems uncertain. Consider the seasons. Each spring, a silent magic unfolds seeds buried deep in the earth, unnoticed, are nourished by the sun and the rain, sprouting up toward the light in their own time, with no need to hurry. They trust that everything they need is already within them, already provided by the natural rhythms of the universe. Just like the trees that don't force their leaves to grow, you too are part of this natural unfolding. You are not here to force anything into existence. You are here to align yourself with the flow of life, to trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is working on your behalf. There are no mistakes. There are no detours. Every twist in the road, every change of direction, every heartache and every triumph, these are not signs that you've gone off course. These are simply invitations to trust that the mystery is working. You may not see it yet, but everything is unfolding as it should. Your life is not some erratic experiment. It is a finely tuned orchestration of divine intelligence, moving through you, guiding you, preparing you for something greater than your limited vision can comprehend. It may seem chaotic, disorganized, and unsettling at times, but underneath the surface there is order, there is a plan, and it is unfolding as it should. The paradox is that the more you try to control it, the more you push against it, the more you get caught in the illusion of resistance. The moment you relax, when you surrender to the flow, you begin to feel the magic that lies in the unseen, the beauty in the unfolding mystery. This doesn't mean you don't take action, but it means you act from a place of trust, not from fear, not from desperation, but from a space of deep knowing that all will be revealed in its own time. There is a powerful truth in allowing yourself to be still, in letting go of the urge to figure it all out. When you stop trying to fix everything, you open the door for the divine wisdom that lives inside you to emerge. It is in the quiet moments, the spaces between thoughts, that the wisdom of the universe speaks most clearly. It is here in the quiet that you can hear the voice of your soul. And when you listen to that voice, you realize that everything you need is already within you. You are not lost, you are not broken, you are whole, just as you are. The mystery is not something to fear. It is not something that should cause anxiety or confusion. It is something to trust. It is the unseen hand that guides you, even when you don't understand where it's taking you. It is the force of life itself, the divine intelligence that created the stars, the planets, the oceans, and the mountains. This same intelligence is moving through you, carrying you toward your greatest potential, even when you can't see the path. And so in the moments when you feel lost, when you feel unsure, when you feel as though you are struggling to make sense of it all, pause, take a deep breath. Remember that you do not need to know everything. You do not need to have every answer. You are simply here to trust. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that every experience, no matter how painful or joyful, is leading you exactly where you need to be. Trust that the universe is not separate from you, but that you and the universe are one. What you seek is not outside of you, it is already within you. The mystery is not something to be unraveled, but something to be embraced. It is the space where miracles happen. It is the place where transformation begins. The more you trust the mystery, the more you begin to see that everything in your life is happening for you, not to you. Every challenge is a blessing in disguise, an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for awakening to a deeper truth. The more you resist, the longer the lesson will last. But the moment you surrender, the moment you let go of the need to control, you begin to experience life in a new way. You begin to feel the peace that comes with knowing that you don't have to have all the answers, you simply have to trust. There is a quiet, unseen force guiding you. Every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you to where you need to be. And when you look back at your life, you will see the divine order that has always been at work. Every twist, every turn, every heartbreak, every joy, all of it has been necessary for your growth, for your awakening. You are exactly where you need to be. You are not a passenger in your own life. You are the creator. You are the one who, through your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions, shapes the course of your journey. But you are not doing it alone. The universe is with you. It is working in perfect harmony with you, moving you toward your highest good. Even when you can't see the path, you are not lost. You are on a journey that is unfolding exactly as it should. So let go of the need to figure it all out. Let go of the need to control. Surrender to the mystery. Trust that everything is happening for you, not to you. Trust that the universe is guiding you, leading you to exactly where you need to be. And when you trust, When you allow life to unfold in its own perfect timing, you will begin to see that everything you've ever needed has been with you all along. Trust the mystery. It's working. And in this surrender, something truly miraculous begins to unfold. The resistance you once held so tightly begins to melt away like frost on a spring morning. It was never yours to carry. It was the illusion of control, the idea that you must direct every moment, every step, every thought. But as you release this need to direct the flow, you discover a grace that moves through you, an energy that knows no struggle. For you see, life is not a series of obstacles to be conquered. It is not a puzzle to be solved or a race to be won. Life is a river, and you are not meant to swim against the current. You are meant to flow with it, to surrender to its natural course, trusting that wherever it takes you, you are exactly where you are meant to be. This river is not outside of you, it is within you. It is the same divine energy that breathes through the trees, that carries the tide, that pulses through the stars. It is within you, whispering to you, guiding you ever so gently toward your highest expression of truth. This force is not bound by time or space. It is eternal. It has always been with you from the moment you took your first breath, and it will never leave you. When you trust this current, when you surrender to the mystery, you begin to realize something beautiful. The answers you seek are not separate from you. They are not out there, hidden in some distant place or moment. They are within. You are not seeking for something that is missing. You are simply remembering what has always been yours. You are remembering your true essence, your divine nature, your connection to Source. As you step into this awareness, the burden of seeking lifts. You no longer search for validation, for approval, or for something outside of you to fill the void. The void that once seemed so vast is no longer empty. It is full of love. It is full of peace. It is full of presence. And in this presence, you begin to see that you are the very thing you've been searching for. You are not separate from the love you seek. You are love. You are not separate from the peace you long for. You are peace. You are not separate from the wisdom you crave. You are wisdom. All that you've ever needed has been planted deep within you, waiting for you to remember it. And so, when life presents its challenges, when you find yourself at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take, trust the mystery. Trust that everything is aligning perfectly. The right people will appear, the right opportunities will unfold, the right insights will come to you. Not because you forced them, not because you demanded them, but because you allowed the universe to work in harmony with your soul. This is the beauty of surrender. It is not passive. It is not resignation. It is an active participation with life itself. When you trust the mystery, you are not giving up on life. You are fully embracing it, allowing it to guide you, to shape you, to move you through the ebb and flow of its many currents. You are allowing life to reveal itself to you moment by moment in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. And as you trust, as you surrender, you begin to notice a shift within you, a softness, a peace that was always there but had been hidden beneath the noise of the world. The world may continue to swirl around you, but you no longer feel the need to control it. You no longer feel the need to manipulate it. You simply allow it to unfold, knowing that the universe is always working in your favor, always moving you toward your highest good. The ego will try to convince you otherwise. It will whisper fears and doubts into your mind, telling you that you need to hurry, that you need to push harder, that you need to figure it all out. But you are no longer bound by the ego's demands. You are listening to something deeper now, the voice of your soul, the voice of the divine, the voice of love. This voice speaks in stillness, in peace, in surrender. It does not rush. It does not push. It simply knows. And the more you listen to this voice, the more you trust its wisdom, the more you begin to realize that there is nothing you need to do to be worthy, nothing you need to achieve to prove yourself. You are already enough. You always have been. You are enough simply because you exist. And in this realization, a deep, abiding peace begins to take root within you. When you trust the mystery, you no longer feel the need to grasp at fleeting moments of happiness or success. You no longer feel the need to control your outcomes. You simply allow life to unfold as it will, with grace and ease, knowing that everything is part of a greater plan, a divine blueprint that you may not yet fully understand, but one that you trust with every fiber of your being. There is a profound peace in this kind of surrender, a peace that comes from knowing you do not have to figure it out because the mystery is already working. You do not have to push, strive, or manipulate your circumstances. You simply need to align with the flow, to trust that everything is working together for your good. And when you align with this trust, life begins to feel effortless. It becomes a dance, a sacred rhythm that carries you with ease through the highs and lows, through the light and the dark. In every moment there is a choice: to resist, to try to control, to fight against the flow of life, or to trust. Trust that you are being guided. Trust that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when you can't see the bigger picture. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. This is the power of trust. It allows you to let go of the need for certainty. It frees you from the chains of fear and doubt. It opens you up to the beauty of the unknown, to the magic that lies in the mystery of life. And when you trust, you begin to feel the divine wisdom that has always been there, guiding you, supporting you, leading you home to yourself. So, let go of the need to know. Let go of the need to control. Trust that everything is already in motion, already unfolding perfectly, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The universe is not out to get you. It is not punishing you. It is lovingly guiding you, holding you, and showing you the way home. And when you trust this mystery, when you finally surrender to it, you will see how perfectly everything fits together, how everything has been leading you to this moment. You will begin to see the beauty in every moment, in every encounter, in every breath. You will begin to feel the peace that comes with knowing you are not alone in this journey. The divine is with you always, and it is working through you always, leading you toward the light of your own soul. Trust the mystery. It's working always. It always has been. And in this trust, you discover a deeper power, one that transcends the limits of the mind, the boundaries of time, and the constraints of your ego. This power is the quiet strength of knowing that you are not merely a passenger in your life, but an active participant in its unfolding. It is a force of divine intelligence that whispers to you in the silence, guiding you, pulling you toward the highest version of yourself, one that has always existed, even when you doubted it. When you stop seeking external validation, when you cease the frantic effort to prove your worth to the world, you begin to see that the power you've been looking for has been within you all along. It is not found in the accumulation of things or the approval of others. It is not earned through struggle or sacrifice. It is the simple, profound truth of your divine nature, your eternal essence. You are the very embodiment of love, of peace, of wisdom. And when you recognize this truth, life begins to mirror it back to you in ways you cannot yet fathom. In this stillness, in this surrender, the noise of the world begins to fade. It is no longer able to pull you into its whirlwind of distraction and fear. You stand firm in the quiet, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when you cannot see the path ahead. There is a deep wisdom in surrender and understanding that you do not need to control the outcome. You do not need to chase the illusion of certainty. For when you let go of the need to control, you are open to the boundless possibilities that exist beyond your limited perspective. The universe is not a random series of events. It is not an accident that you are here now, in this moment, reading these words. There is a purpose to your existence, a divine design that has been laid out for you before you even took your first breath. And while the mind may try to resist, while the ego may try to distract you, there is a knowing deep within your soul that you are part of something far greater than you can comprehend. This knowing does not need to be understood by the mind. It is felt by the heart, by the spirit. It is the quiet call that guides you back to yourself, back to your true nature. And so, with each passing moment, as you let go of your need to figure it all out, you begin to experience life with an open heart. You no longer look for something out there to fix you, to heal you, or to make you whole. You recognize that you are already whole, already complete, exactly as you are. And in this recognition, the illusions of lack and limitation begin to fall away. You stop searching for something you believe is missing, because you realize that nothing has ever been missing. It has always been within you, waiting for you to remember. You are not here to achieve, to become, to accumulate, or to impress. You are here to remember. You are here to remember the divine spark that resides within you, the love that flows through your veins, the wisdom that speaks in the stillness of your soul. And when you remember, when you allow yourself to fully inhabit this truth, you stop chasing the distractions of the world. You no longer need the world to tell you who you are, because you already know. You are love, you are peace, you are joy. You are the essence of life itself, embodied in human form. In this remembering, there is no striving, there is no sense of competition, of comparison, of proving your worth. There is only the gentle unfolding of your soul's purpose. You are not here to force your life into a mold that fits someone else's idea of success or happiness. You are here to live authentically, to live from the deepest truth within you, and to let that truth radiate out into the world. And when you do, the world responds. Not because you demand it, but because your energy is aligned with the divine flow, with the eternal wisdom that moves through you and through all things. As you trust the mystery of life, as you release the need to control, you will find that the world begins to soften around you. The resistance you once felt begins to fade. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become mere ripples on the surface of your soul. You begin to see that everything is an opportunity for growth, for expansion, for awakening to the infinite possibilities that lie within you. Every challenge, every joy, every loss, and every gain are simply stepping stones on the path to remembering who you truly are. This is not to say that life will always be easy. There will still be moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments when the ego rises up and tries to pull you back into its grip. But now, you will recognize those moments for what they are: opportunities to trust, opportunities to surrender, opportunities to choose the higher path. When you feel the pull of the ego, when you feel the urge to grasp or to control, simply pause, take a deep breath, feel the stillness within you, and remember that you do not need to fight. You do not need to prove anything. You are already whole. You are already enough. And in this remembering, there is a deep peace, a peace that comes not from external circumstances, but from the knowing that all is as it should be. The universe is not out to test you. It is not out to punish you. It is simply guiding you back to yourself. Every moment, every breath is an invitation to trust in the mystery of life, to trust that you are being carried toward exactly what you need. And when you trust, you begin to see that everything is already here, already within you. You do not need to search for anything, you simply need to allow. As you continue to trust the mystery, you begin to feel a sense of freedom, unlike anything you have known before. You are no longer bound by the need to control, to manipulate, to force life to fit your desires. You are free to be who you truly are. You are free to live from a place of peace, of love, of trust. And when you live from this place, life unfolds with ease. It no longer feels like a struggle or a race. It becomes a dance, a sacred rhythm that carries you through every moment with grace and joy. Trust the mystery. It is not something to be feared or avoided. It is the very force of life itself, guiding you toward your highest good. When you trust, you align yourself with the divine flow of the universe. You stop swimming against the current. You stop trying to force things to happen. You simply let go and allow life to unfold as it was meant to. And in this surrender, you discover that the life you have always longed for is not something you need to chase. It is something you simply need to allow. The mystery is not outside of you. It is within you. It is the quiet wisdom of your soul, the deep knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And when you trust in this wisdom, when you align with it, life becomes effortless. It becomes a beautiful, sacred unfolding, moment by moment. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be. And as you trust the mystery, you will see that everything is working, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Because in the end, it is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. And the journey is always leading you home to yourself, to the truth of who you are, to the love that is within you, always. Trust the mystery. It is working. And so, you are invited not to search, but to rest in the knowing that you are already whole. The path you walk does not require striving or clinging to the idea of an imagined future. It simply requires you to allow yourself to breathe in the now, to trust the unfolding, to surrender to the divine wisdom that has always been guiding you. Each moment is a miracle unfolding, a whisper of the sacred that calls you to remember who you truly are, not who the world tells you to be, but the you that resides deep within, the you that has never been lost, but only forgotten. You are not a seeker, you are the sought. You are not a wanderer, you are the destination. The love you seek is already here, within the deepest parts of you, not hidden or elusive, but ever present, ever available. Peace is not a distant goal. It is the space you occupy when you let go of the need to control. Freedom is not something that arrives. It is what you already are when you release the stories that bind you to the past, when you stop chasing the future and embrace the grace of the present. The very essence of life is in the trust, the stillness, the surrender. When you stop resisting, you become the flow. When you let go of your grip on time, you become timeless. When you let go of your need to control, you become the controller. And in this space, you begin to realize that there is no need to find anything, because everything you've been seeking is already here, breathing with you, living in you, speaking through you. The great paradox is this: in your seeking, you have always been found. In your striving, you have always been home. You were never broken, never incomplete, never lost. You are, in this very moment, a reflection of the divine, unfolding in perfect harmony with all that is. Every breath you take, every thought you think, every heartbeat is an affirmation that you are connected to something far greater than the small self that you thought you were. You are the vastness of the cosmos, the stillness of the stars, the vast oceans and endless skies. All of it is within you. And so I invite you to sit in the quietude of this knowing. No more striving, no more searching, no more grasping. Simply rest in the sacred space of who you are. Know that everything is already in its perfect place. The challenges you face are not signs of struggle, but invitations to trust, to surrender, to allow the wisdom of your soul to emerge and guide you toward the next step in the dance of life. Each moment is a sacred breath of the divine, and you are that breath. In this space of stillness, you become everything you've ever sought. You become the love that is boundless. You become the peace that cannot be disturbed. You become the joy that rises from within, not dependent on external circumstances, but born from the very truth of who you are. And in this space, the world shifts. It no longer pulls you in 1,000 directions. It no longer demands your attention, your validation, or your approval. You no longer need the world to validate your worth, because you have found the deepest truth within. You are enough. You are whole. You are love. So as you walk through this life, let the winds of uncertainty blow where they will. Let the waves of change crash against you. You are not the waves. You are the ocean. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it all. When you trust the mystery, when you let go of the need to know and to control, you stand in the still center of your being, unshaken, untouched, and ever ready to witness the beauty of life unfold. Trust the mystery, for it is never random. It is always purposeful, always moving you toward your true self, always drawing you home to the love that is the core of your being. And in this trust, there is liberation, there is freedom, there is peace. And above all, there is an unshakable knowing. You are never alone. You are always supported. You are always loved. You are always home. Trust the mystery. Trust that it is working. And know this without doubt: the light you've been searching for is the very light that has always been within you, waiting for you to remember. The love you have longed for is the love you are forever and always. And so, rest now in the peace that comes from knowing this truth. Allow the mystery to unfold. Allow life to carry you, knowing that you are already where you need to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do, and becoming the truth that has always been your essence. The journey is over, for you have arrived. You are already here. You have always been here. And this is enough. This is everything. Trust the mystery. It is working.